This one's for anyone who has ever had decision fatigue, who's ever been scared to make a change or scared to make a choice in your life. Something that I've really come to understand and that has resonated with me deeper and deeper every year, the last couple of years, is that I think a lot of the times we're really concerned about like big choices in our life. And the truth is there's two kinds of choices in life. There's big choices and there's small choices. And a lot of times when we get decision fatigue and we start to oscillate between things and put a lot of pressure on what a right choice is and what a wrong choice is, we're doing that around big decisions. We're doing that around a career change, around ending and starting relationships. We're doing that around, all kinds of things that fall into those kind of categories. We consider them life events. And a lot of the times, a choice that we're going to make around those things feels like it has a ton of pressure and a ton of importance, and like it's going to be the end all be all of the next couple years of your life. And that amount of stress and pressure robs us from making wise choices and good choices, and from hearing our intuition and hearing our hearts talk us through what kind of decisions we actually need to be making. And the real kicker is, it's all the small choices that really determine the quality of our lives. A lot of times when those big choices come around, there's so much that's already out of your control when those life events happen. There's already that so much predetermined about the options before you that your choice is a lot less impactful than you perceive it to be. You perceive it to have a lot of impact and sway. But the truth is, it's one choice in one moment. And even though oftentimes it's around something that's seemingly permanent, the truth is life is ever changing, and almost nothing is permanent in life. And we forget that when we're weighing those big decisions. The truth is, it's all your small decisions that deserve that amount of weight and that amount of attention. And those are the ones that we gloss over and we pay little respect to, we pay little mental attention to. And the truth is that those determine the ultimate trajectory of our lives much, much more than the big decisions ever will. And it's important to maybe give those more consideration. And the benefit of doing that is when we give those little decisions more consideration, when we give them more attention and we make them with better quality, the big choices, the big events, are insulated from quote-unquote failure. They're insulated from disaster. And even when disaster strikes and something's completely out of your control, you have a death in your family, you suffer being paralyzed or some kind of massive health issue, you lose your job, the economy crashes, things that aren't necessarily a choice, the only choice is how you handle them. When those kinds of things happen to you, and you're left with a lot of stress on how to handle that moment, the truth is all the little things that led up to that and all the little things you've been doing for years that are a part of your identity, a part of your habits, those little choices are what determine how insulated from those big things you'll be, how much equity with yourself you have, emotional equity, energetic equity you'll have to overcome those moments of challenge, of strife, of struggle, of breaking you down and building you back up again. And what that rebuild will look like is determined by all those little things that you were choosing and maybe not giving credence to before. And the release and surrender of thinking that those big choices are permanent or life-ending or life-altering, even though they might be, most times they're not. Not as much as we think they are. And surrendering the amount of energy and emotional and mental focus that goes into those choices is an act of humility, and it's an act of faith in yourself too. And when you have humility and when you have faith in yourself that you'll be able to navigate even a poor choice in those circumstances, you can reallocate that energy, you can reallocate that emotional bandwidth to the things that matter most over time, which is all those small things. And all those small things make up the real quality of your life. Those small day-to-day decisions are what determine your day-to-day emotional state and the emotional quality of your life, of your relationships, of your health, of where you spend your time and who you spend your time around and who has access to what's really important, which is your mind and how you talk to yourself. And those little choices make that up. And so that act of surrender, one, gives you a lot of peace back in your life and helps you realize that you aren't the creator of everything. You know, it's not your job to be omnipotent or omnipresent. It's your job to own what you can own and to recognize that the small things are what make up the big things, and that those are often in your control, a lot more so than the large events and large tragedies in life are. And so taking more ownership of those gives you more freedom, gives you more insulation, more strength and courage to call upon in moments of trial. And maybe this is something that helps you out. It's something that's helped me out. It definitely gives you your energy back. So if it's something you think you can practice, even in a small way, definitely try it. And if you think this will help somebody or someone you know needs to hear this, send it to them and see if it helps. And I'll see you guys on the next one.